Isn't it remarkable that rather than modifying the content on Twitter, what I suppose we should now call X, Cross, Elon Musk sues the people who did the research into suggesting that Elon Musk's site was promoting rather extreme anti-Semitism, which of course meant that companies like Apple, Disney, IBM, Comcast had paused their advertising and seriously damaged the way the way Cross makes money. So there's a lawsuit which has been filed in Texas, and it says that Media Matters knowingly and maliciously manufactured side-by-side images depicting advertisers' posts on X-Cor's social media platform beside neo-Nazi and white nationalist fringe content, and then portrayed these manufactured images as if they were what typical X users experience on the platform. Media Matters designed both these images and its resulting media strategy to drive advertisers from the platform and destroy X-Core. I think it's highly unlikely. But, let's see how the lawsuit progresses. But it's also the case that even if one anti-Semitic message, anti-Semitic trope were to be encouraged by Twitter, then that's one too many, isn't it? And if Twitter doesn't have the resources to monitor and control the spread of hate, whether that's anti-Semitism or Islamophobia, then maybe it isn't doing its job properly. I'm not suggesting that a media platform should be censored, but I am suggesting it should be controlled. And ideally, it's controlled by the people who are using it. Ideally, people have a sense of respect for others. If they don't, then the platform itself has to use its various algorithms to control. YouTube certainly does. In fact, YouTube stops basic conversation simply because it has little algorithms in place that look for particular words. I believe words like Hamas are words you can't say, and there are words connected to the Russell Brand story that you aren't allowed to say, and discussing the Tate brothers becomes extremely complicated. But if YouTube can do it, then I don't see why Twitter cannot. A certain amount of control is necessary in any platform, and even in printed media, a certain amount of control, editing, improves a text enormously. If only Iris Murdoch had been edited towards the end of her life, her later books would be readable. If only J.K. Rowling had been edited after The Prisoner of Azkaban, her books would be readable. The Prisoner of Azkaban, suddenly she was getting better and better. The Prisoner of Azkaban, you think, oh my goodness, this is an amazing book. And then the next book is just twaddle and goes on forever. And a good editor is effectively somebody who gets rid of the rubbish. And a good platform quietly gets rid of the rubbish. If that doesn't happen, I'm afraid nations get together and start imposing their own dictatorial censorship, which is something we don't want. And Britain is already trying to do that. So if the platforms themselves don't do it, the nations will do it in a much harsher and much more worrying fashion, because it sets a precedent for control, which we want to resist at all costs. Self-control rather than imposed control.